it can happen against the defense, and I thought Anthony hit a wall. You know, I thought we missed some open people at times. And what I went over there to do, I told him, I said, Anthony, I've seen you at your best, and I've seen you when this happens. I think you're, again, and I don't want to make a big deal about it, but I think you got to just, let's quit worrying about Virginia and play. Just play, you know. And when we do that, and I thought Coach Montgomery and I had a conversation about that, I thought Scotty did a great job of kind of rhythming the game and calling the game, and you saw a change in our team. And so, you know, that's going to happen to you. People, when you're not turning it over and you're not getting sacked and you're playing the kicking game, every now and then the punt's a good play. You know, we ended up averaging, and I know he's capable of even being better, what was it, 43 yards a punt. We don't have a play in our offense that averages 43 yards, so it's never a negative when we're playing solid defense, which we did the second half. So that's what I mean about managing it, looking at it. We don't want to beat ourselves. And yeah, we'd like to. I kind of felt like I kept looking and thinking, we may score every time we get the ball. But we just kind of didn't execute as well at times as I think we could.
Coach, speaking of the defense, the second quarter, Virginia looked like they were settling in and going to control it offensively. And you guys rebounded and really kind of reestablished yourselves. What happened there?
Well, I think they continued. They executed well. Their third downs hurt us badly in the first half. That's why in the second quarter we had turned them into 8 third downs. Okay, in the first half. If you win 5 of those instead of losing 5 of those, you may not give up 10 points. And that's football. It's that tight a line in that thing. I thought the defense did a great job, and particularly when it flipped into the second half, they started winning the field position game, the 3 and outs. Will wasn't hitting it quite as what he had, and the field flipped on us a little, and that's when our defense played better. And then all of a sudden we get in the fourth quarter, and well, we need to drive. What did we get? We got to drive. And you also go back and look at the start of the third quarter, the field goal drive. I mean, if we just score inside the 10-yard line, the touchdowns we should score, the game may not be close. But our offense had plenty of good play today. And, you know, and again, when you don't give up a sack, you don't give up a tackle for loss, and you don't give up a turnover, guess what? You're going to win a bunch of games by a touchdown or so, even when it's not perfect. And you know what? It is a big old W, you know, capital W.
Yeah, David, to get the lift you guys got from Shaq Powell with everything he's dealing with, coming off the injury, the stuff at home, what's that mean to the team when a guy like that can not only contribute, but really the 2 scoring drives he had in the second half, he was really the key?
I'll tell you, he got a standing ovation in our locker room from our squad. He is equipped as a young person of handling adversity of any of them in now almost 40 years of coaching that I've ever had, and that's a fact. And I let his mother know that this week. It's a difficult time for them, but he's a special person. He's an outstanding football player, but it goes beyond that. So very happy for him, first of all, and our team is very happy for him. But we realize that the struggles that they're going through are going to continue. That has a pause in the process, you know, and we've all been there. But we're going to continue to support him every way we can, because he is something. He's a good lesson for a lot of our people, our young people, to pay attention to.
Why is he so well equipped?
Well, that's a good question. And his mama would probably be better suited to answer that than I would be. I think he's got a pretty special mom. You know, she's a pretty tough lady. And but that's about the best insight I can give you. He's kind of been that way. I think he played for an exceptional high school coach at Bishop Gorman. Tony Sanchez is a really good person. I have great respect for him and what they do there in that school. You know, so I mean, there's a lot of things, but he's, you know, kind of what I will say, and I'm thinking about it as you ask it, you know, aren't a lot of us products of our mentors, you know, and that's you hope and pray that we all along the way are exposed to the right mentors. I know I have been, and that starts at home. you know, and then it goes and builds beyond. It's all the people we're exposed to. And so obviously Shaquille's taking advantage of that.
Was it just part of the running back rotation that he didn't get a carry until the second half?
No, I mean, it just can happen. I mean, when they're in there, yes and no, but when they're in there, we're not calling runs to somebody, except for when I saw what I saw, I told Coach Montgomery, you got one hot. I can tell when a back's hot. And when you got one hot, you best go to it.
Is that the first drive of the second half you saw that? Or
Yeah, I started seeing it and I just said, hey, let's go. I was surprised we didn't make the first down. And possession at the end of the game, they did a good job. They submarine just, I thought, give it to Shaquille three carries in a row, and they did a good job. You know, they did what they had to do, but also, you know, when you lose your timeouts, it's another thing that happens. You know, the clock was our friend at that point.
Is this the trend? Go ahead.
The winning touchdown pass, why did that play work as well as it did?
Well, because Thomas Sirk has run for so many touchdowns now that I think linebackers and safes, taking a lot of people to stop that big guy. I mean, he's a big, powerful young man, and so when he puts his shoulders down as he's going to go attack the line of scrimmage, you know, you get that reaction, and David Reeves is 6'6". He's a pretty good target back there in the back of the end zone.
Is this the transition from a team to a program that almost lost in the discussion today, is that you're bowl eligible for the third straight year?
You know, I think we are a program, and I think we're going to continue to grow our program, and it's what we've been trying to do since we've been here. We have, and I've said it all along, we've got a good football team this year, but that good football team is a product of this program. I believe we'll have a good football team next year. You know, I believe that right now because it's a product of a really good program, and a really good program involves a lot of really good people, and we have a lot of great people in place to support our young men, and we have a bunch of great young men that support each other.
David, before the season started, a lot of talk about Duke running the ball more this year. That last touchdown, the game-winning touchdown, was largely on the ground. Is that where you see the program heading? Was that gratifying for you to see them do that?
I think, you know, when I've always thought that we've tried to be wherever we've been, and I'm saying we, coached with, et cetera, that we've tried to be a chameleon when need be. When your personnel dictates you can run the football, you best run it. It's the best friend a quarterback's ever had. And so as long as we have an offensive line that we think has an edge, I thought a year ago in the championship game that we would be able to run the ball against Florida State, and we didn't. You know, so do I think a run game's extremely important? Absolutely. To win consistently, I think it is important, and we're going to strive to continue to be able to do that. We've recruited some good young linemen that we're trying to grow them up, and that's part of the group I'm talking about. I want to see some surge from our young people the second half of the season.
Coach, did you feel you had to win this game to have a chance with the coach at that time?
No, I didn't see it that way. I think this thing has got a one-game-a-week tone to it. I don't know about you guys, but everybody's looked pretty darn good at one time or another. And, I mean, remember a year ago, who knew, you know? I didn't see anybody picking us this time of year, a year ago, did y'all, you know? So I think it's anybody's game right now. I think you just better play good next week, you know?